Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to my show. Wednesday, August 19th. Holy cow. It's been an interesting last few days, specifically with this channel. So I'm actually really excited and was excited to stream today just to talk to you guys about it, because last Saturday I premiered the unboxing video of the Danger Girl Artist Edition and the Wildsiders Artist Edition. Well, unbeknownst to me, that kind of popped off, which is kind of awesome. It has done really good for my channel, and who would have known? I think it was just kind of right timing, right time, right place. That book, for those of you who don't know, is published by Act 4 Publishing, which is a company started by Scott Dunbier. He's the guy who basically created the artist edition format, or pioneered the artist edition format for comics. And I've been a big fan of his for a long time, and just the products he puts out. He just recently launched the Danger Girl Artist Edition, and it came in the mail for me. I knew I wanted to unbox it. As I was talking with you guys last week, I didn't want to do it on stream because I felt like it needed its kind of space for me to maneuver it. It's quite large, and really spend the time to kind of flip through each page. Anyway, I put out that video, premiered it last Saturday, I think I did. And I think the big factor was I got noticed by J. Scott Campbell himself, and also Scott Dunbier, and they posted it out on some of their social channels, and then traffic started like increasing on it. So it's been awesome. And not only that, like last we met, it was, I think we were at like 718 subscribers. Look, now we're at 745. So we got like 20 plus people based on that rush from the traffic, which is awesome. I know it's nothing in YouTube numbers, but for me and my channel, it's a great benchmark, and really exciting to see people take interest in probably mostly because it was a J. Scott Campbell book, and everybody's wondering what it's going to look like, and really excited about it. But hopefully also with the comic content that I've been putting out. So if you are new and a new subscriber, and you're just getting this notification and you're joining us live right now, welcome to my channel. My name is Rocky Ballesteros. This is an episode of My Wednesday Comics where I go to my comic book store in the morning-ish, go to my local comic book stores and grab what it is off the rack, and I come back and discuss it with all you fine folks, and we get to have a lively discussion of why or why not people don't like the books I picked, or why they do like the books I picked, and I get to tell you guys why I like the books I picked, and then we get to vote on it in the end, and everything turns to chaos. It's all a bunch of fun. So this is a weekly show that I put out. I'm really excited to have you guys here, all the regulars, all my good friends that have been here since this channel was way smaller than it is now. Great seeing you guys all here. And where was the first? Gosh, it always is. Here it is. Mark's Music Obsession, channel member, channel subscriber, fourth wall friend. He's on Discord too. Mark does it all. Great seeing you here, Mark. Because you are a channel member here and you do support me in the many ways that you do, it's time for the very first winner chicken dinner of the day.
Winner chicken dinner. Whoa.
So Mark gets that distinction of being very first in chat, and at the end, when I roll the credits at the end of the show, he'll have his little blurb at the top there. But how are you doing, Mark? I just watched your video, Storms A-Brewin', wherever you are. Hope you're okay. I know that some friends people I know that were in Hawaii recently, and there's a huge hurricane that hit there. So I'm wondering if that's probably, well, I don't know. Is that the right direction? I don't know if that's remnants of that hurricane that hit Hawaii. But hopefully you're going to be okay. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. And also, for those of you new to the channel, go subscribe to Mark's Music Obsession. Mark is starting to build his own YouTube channel and focusing on the wonderful location that he lives in Central Florida, as well as his travel adventures. So go give that guy a subscription. Go give that guy a subscribe. Go to his channel, hit subscribe, and join Mark on his adventure. Mark, I watched that interview that you did on I can't remember what the guy's channel's name was, but I watched your interview, and you're really articulate, dude. Like Mark was discussing about cruise ships and kind of his experience with different cruises that he's been on, and you are really articulate, very poised, never stumbled on your words, so you've got a career ahead of you, my friend. But well done on that, and then well done on posting on your channel. So great to see you starting to build that. It's all a bunch of fun, and hopefully we can support you in that as well. Mo Biggs in the house. How are you doing, Mo Biggs?
Better known as Mo, Big wasn't always the confident voice we hear today.
Maybe we can throw a few more gift memberships out into the ether and see if one of them lands on you this time. I don't know. I'm like gun shy now, right? Gun shy in the sense that like there's some weird force field on Mo that won't allow him to get a gift membership. If you do happen to get a gift membership, or if you are a volunteer member of my channel for $1.99 a month, if you support this channel, you get all sorts of crazy emojis. I try and do, I think with the members, when I premiered that video, the unboxing video for J. Scott Campbell, I believe I did it. Oh no. Did I not do that members only first? Maybe it was members only, and then when it got posted, I don't know. You kind of can do these like member perks thing, but yeah, if you support me on this channel, hopefully I give you a little bit of value for that. And you also get winner chicken dinner, you know, like this guy, Cranberry Langers.
This is a cranberry full of power.
You could get winner chicken dinner, just like Cranberry Langers.
Winner chicken dinner. Whoa.
How are you doing, Cranberry? Great seeing you. For those of you who are here in the chat right now, please hit that like. I sometimes forget to say that, but hit that like. And I hope with this new influx of people coming in, or this batch of people coming in, I hope that you guys decide to join us on these live chats, because I haven't done a edited video of myself talking about a book in quite a long time, actually. So that's what surprised me, that it got the response I did. And again, I think it's just right time, right place with the J. Scott Campbell book coming out. Awesome One is here. He just popped in and gifted silver star jewels, whatever the heck that means. So how are you doing, Awesome One?
Yes, that's awesome.
An Awesome One, I think. I'm like losing my place, or not losing my place, losing my like what I need to do. So because you gifted that, instead of winner chicken dinner, not dinger, Kiwi Baby, thanks for the gift. But according to my records, Awesome One, you also are a member. Currently a member. I don't know if that was a gift membership or your own membership, but whatever it is, we're just going to be pressing this button all day long, I think.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Wah!
It's chaos in here. But I'm okay with pressing that button all afternoon long because that means you guys are members of my channel and supporting me. So appreciate that. How are you doing, awesome one? Thank you for the gift of the jewels. Let me catch up here. Cranberry Lane just says, this looks like a French comic, a Back to the Future comic, or a racing one. Are you talking about the thumbnail? So that's interesting. You're kind of right on some of those. It's definitely not a Back to the Future comic, but that's interesting that you went to Back to the Future from that image. It does look kind of Frenchy, and it is look like a racing one. So stay tuned. That's a book that debuted this week, a #1 issue that debuted this week, and we will look at it for sure. Who else am I missing here? Steampunker. How are you doing, Steampunker? Steampunker says, I wish it were pouring down right now. It's 106. 106 is disgusting. That is not approved on this channel. Yeah, you need some rain. You need some rain to cool off because that's like frying an egg on a sidewalk temperature. That's not good. Stay safe. Who else is here? Mark's music session said, oh, that storm did hit us. Been pouring down crazy lightning for an hour and a half. Oh, boy. All right, well, I guess you get to stay inside and watch me. So hopefully power doesn't go out. But yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. I don't know how protected or not protected you are from storms whenever they hit. I'm assuming you get a number of storms in your location, but hopefully it doesn't get any worse than it is right now. Yeah, it was and has been blazing here also. That's why I danced in the storm when it started. Oh, okay, there we go. You're welcome, Mark's Music Obsession. Currently making ranch for some jalapeno poppers I found in the back of the fridge. Nice. I think it was Steampunker, or was it Rose on Third, who I saw is here too. Steampunker that was mentioning that last video that is doing, I think it's got over like 2,000 views, which is awesome. That's like outside of any like shorts I've done, which get a different view count or kind of different traffic. That is definitely the highest that one of my videos have hit before. But I think one of you guys mentioned that it has now outdone my lime jello video. It did. Rocky's a bit late today. I had to make Coolickles and ranch for his #2 cat. My cats were, one of them, he's chill now, but they were being jerks right before. And part of the reason is I have a monitor that's on an arm that I'm looking at right here. And one of my cats likes to sleep underneath it because there's a gap, there's a space there. So I had to move him. Then he went and like kicked the other cat out of their spot. And then they started fighting. Fur was flying everywhere. I kicked one of them out, or kicked both of them out. One just came in right before stream started. So it's a little chaotic. There is you can't see it here, but you can see it in the YouTube chat. There is the custom emojis for the Coolickles. So, those are exclusive, guys. So is the lime jello. Emoji. So if you wanna be one of the Coolickle kids, you gotta become a member. But if not, that's okay. We appreciate you guys being here anyway. Mark, bro, swap weather with me. Take anything with. Yeah, that's bad heat. I could not live in that kind of heat. Not for long. Rose on Third. There she is.
Roses are red. Violets are blue.
Great seeing you, Rose on Third. This may have been the longest countdown in the history. Stop it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all that countdown is. I can't remember. Did I tell y'all I got a new job, Rose on Third Diz? You did mention that, and that's so exciting. Congratulations on that. Hopefully it's a better job. Hopefully it's a job that you enjoy and that you feel fulfilled in going to that job, and hopefully it still gives you time to join us here as well. But great to see you here. Congratulations. Everybody's saying congratulations. Where did I hear about it? Did I hear about it maybe on Discord? So yeah, you can join me on Discord. You can join a bunch of us on Discord. You know what's been awesome on Discord recently is, and somebody dropped the link in the chat to join Discord if you don't mind. So one of the channels that I built in Discord was, I think I called it like Artist Reference or something. Basically, it's a place where I can dump images of comic book artists that I really like. So I've just kind of been periodically adding that in. So like there's one for like, Nick Dragotta or, gosh, I can't even remember now. Steve Scrose or Alex Toth. So a bunch like that. Frank Robbins, a bunch of different ones. But I was only one posting, and it's open to anybody to post. But I guess nobody likes comic book artists, or people didn't want to post. But anyway, recently, just yesterday, I think, and last night, maybe even this morning, Timmy Mello, who I don't know if he's here yet. I haven't gotten caught up in the chat, but Timmy Mello, a faithful member as well here on this channel, he started posting some images. So he did Daniel Warren Johnson, and he also did a Barry Windsor Smith. I don't know if he posted any more since I last checked, but it's awesome to see other people contributing, not just me, because that's the big reason that I built that Discord channel, is because I didn't want it to just be me talking all the time like it is here on YouTube. So yeah, really cool to see people engage in that way, and I'm thankful that Timmy Mello does that. Everybody else who's part of Discord, please add in your own favorite artists or whatever artists you think are worth adding into that, as well as contributing to the conversation. It's really fun. Best part is the pigs at the zoo in Rocky's area will finally be getting fed again, thanks to Liz. She's not working at the zoo. I think that's congratulatory unless you here tell us how much you dislike it. True. Hopefully it's a good move for you. Same thing I was doing, just at a different company. There we go. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, how do you doing?
How do you say monkey in French?
Great seeing you, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, as well as this guy, Jeffrey Beats.
10% bogan, 50% bogan, 100% bogan.
He's just working now. Working because he's in Australia, and as we're all getting off of work here on this side of the world, they're all starting on that side of the world. So get to it, Jeffrey Beats. But great seeing you here. Been part of that conversation about the J. Scott Campbell Artist Edition. Yeah, it was a pretty penny. It was not cheap to support it. It was initially launched on Kickstarter, so it was not cheap to support that. But, safe to say, in my humble opinion, it was worth every penny. It was really, really well done. I got a chance just the other night to I did look through it on camera, but I got a chance the other night just to look at it myself, like a little kid. I was like on my stomach, on the floor, flipping these big pages and just ogling over the art. So it's really worth it. Came with a lot of cool backer perks. And then from what I understand is Act 4 Publishing is going to release like a retail version later this year. So if you missed out on the Kickstarter campaign, don't fret. You don't necessarily have to scour eBay yet. They'll probably launch one where you can buy it. Either you can order it or buy it from your comic book store, what have you. But the other book that I did get in that tier was a Wildsiders Artist Edition, which is another book that J. Scott Campbell worked on after Danger Girl. And that one, I'm not sure if they're doing a retail version on that one. So that one might be a little bit harder to find. And I'm so glad I actually picked that one up, because his art in that is amazing, and he was trying some other different techniques that he didn't in Danger Girl. So it's kind of cool to see his evolution of an artist as an artist through these artist editions. And according to the bio, Wildsiders was some of the last sequential art that J. Scott Campbell's done, and now he just focuses on covers and variant covers and kind of running his own business as a sought after cover artist. So it's a shame. He was a great sequential artist, and I hope that maybe in the future he'll try it again, but I can imagine the grind of that is just not where he's at anymore in his career. He can just whip out a cover and probably make as much money as he would on a regular book. So kind of sad that that's the economics of comics, but at the same time, just being able to appreciate what he did is really awesome. I didn't know what your old job was, so I filled in the blanks and assumed you're the new pig feeder. Rocky's just assumed it. Just assumed it. Who knows? Jeffrey Beat says, great day here. Hope you're all having a good one too. Yeah, it's a good day. It is quite overcast here, but at least it's not 106 or storming from a hurricane. So I'm happy. I'm totally fine with the overcast fog today where I'm at. Mark's Music Obsession also dropped the pink figure lady and lime jello emojis. So people are like, what is this pig feeder lady? What are you guys talking about? What is the zoo? I don't even know how to explain that. I can play you a video. I know the people in my chat love this video. This might explain some things to you. So for people who are new here, maybe there are new people that have never seen my show before. This is what you get. This is worth its weight in gold.
Pick feed the lady. Pick feed the lady. Pick feed the lady. Pick feed the lady. Pick feed the lady.
Doesn't that explain everything? Like, makes sense, right? Yeah, it's good stuff. But you could drop the pig feeder lady emoji. You could be tied to that. You could be connected with that. Like, it's a very heartfelt sentiment on this channel. Rose on Third says, I don't know if I could live in San Francisco. You know what, Rose on Third? I don't know if I could live in San Francisco. It's kind of crazy. There's great things about this city. There's some crazy things about this city, and it's really expensive. So yeah, I was just texting a friend the other day. I don't know what gas prices are where you guys are, but I was texting a friend the other day. I was like, oh, cheap gas. It's only $5.08 here at this cross street. And then I had to go back and look at that text and go, that is insane. That's insane that qualifies as cheap. Well, I suppose you don't have to, but it would be a long commute if you don't. Rose on Third. That would be a long commute for her. Let's see. Hoping to build more subscribers at 84 now. That's awesome, Mark. When you first you were like, come on, I'm trying to get to 50. You're at 84. That's insane. That's faster than me. Congratulations. Who farted? Not me. I suppose technically it is still Wednesday, although it's closer to midnight than I'd prefer. It's not that close to midnight. I know I'm starting a little late. I've tried to start earlier. I got a late start this morning, had some errands to run and meetings to be had, so it unfortunately pushed things a little later. And I guess I can mention this now. Like today usually I hit a couple shops on Wednesdays, unless I find everything I need at one shop. And I haven't visited this one shop. It's called Invisible Jet Comics in quite a while. Partially, it's just a lot of geography and just my commute of like where I need to travel and whatnot. But anyway, Invisible Jet Comics, and I showed that trailer right before the trailer that I put together promoting that store right before this channel. The owner of that store is such a sweet lady. Her name's Chris, and I've gotten to know her just because I was there when she first opened her store a year into her year, and we're just talking about it today, her year anniversary. There was a fire in the building. She had to shut down her store. It was really tragic, and they had to move to another location. She got to set up there, And then she kind of built that up, and then she moved back to her original. So now she's back at her original location, and she told me they're about to celebrate their 3rd year anniversary, which I was like, what the heck? Like, how did we get to 3 years already since you opened your store? But I haven't been to her store in a long time, and she's just been upgrading it and like changing shelves and lighting. And I talked to her more about what she's doing in her store than I did about comics. And it's awesome. It's just like the little adjustment she's making to the flow of the store and what she displays and, you know, things that she highlights and all that is really great. And I was telling her, like, even the lighting, like, just she's changing all these little things just here and there. And it just makes it like this really inviting space. So it was awesome. It was just kind of awesome to, catch up with her. And also I found a really cool book that we'll look at there at her store too, that was on sale. So it was really awesome to do that. But because of my longer conversation with her, pushed me later, and that part pushed me later. And then I couldn't find all the books I wanted at her store, so I drove to another store. So yeah, just extended everything. But yeah, here we are. Rocky about to brag about his 2,000 views. I'm not bragging. I am well aware that 2,000 views is nothing in the grand scheme of YouTube, but it's big for me, so just really excited about that. Welcome to Not Thursday Comics. We can rebrand it to that. That would be amazing. Rose on Third's enjoying her job so far. Awesome. Ahoy at work as usual, saying hello. What is up? Unhinged Entertainment, another YouTube comic dude. Go check out his channel as well. Jason does some awesome stuff there, hosts some great shows, and is always a faithful ahoyer here, even though he's at work. I love it. Thank you, Jason, for popping in and saying hello, and I'm assuming you hit the like. But thank you so much. When are you sending me the Artist Edition Danger Girl book? I really need it. Soon, Jeffrey Beats, soon. Don't worry. The turntable animation pages in that were awesome. Yes. J. Scott Campbell, he says it in his interviews and bios, like he's a big animation fan and was really inspired by like Disney animation. You can actually see it in his drawings, just the appeal in his drawings. And but they did it in the end papers, or they printed it in the end papers of the artist edition, this like animated sequence that he did of a couple of the Danger Girls like kind of moving around and dancing, and I think one's like whipping something. But he's great. I mean, he's so good at drawing. And so I don't know if he's trained or learned animation or if he just kind of did it himself, but he totally did these awesome frames of rough animation frames of his characters moving around. So it was awesome that they included that in the in the artist edition book. What was the name of that donut shop Rocky was telling us about? Andy's? I bet they don't use as much glaze in the week as Rocky is bestowing. I don't even remember telling you about a donut shop. Did I? I don't even eat donuts. Coffee shop, maybe? The coffee shop was called Andy Town, but not a donut shop. I'm not actually a huge fan of donuts. 745 subs is good. I remember when we were trying to push you into the 700 club, right? I still remember when I was really like psyched about hitting like 100. So 745 is quite different than that, which is awesome. I'm debating like putting a little number in the corner of like our journey to 1,000. Like we're getting there. So we're really excited about that. And I don't know if you're making a joke about the 700 club. But anyway, thank you, Mark's Music Obsession. 2.1 thousand. Is that what we're at right now? That's awesome. Yeah. It's a nice bump up. Absolutely. Discourse. Maybe the new subscribers will be more inclined to join us on Discord rather than you guys who are just like, nah. Actually, it's funny because I picked up some books today and I'm like, I know some books that aren't new, they're just like the next issue, and I'm like, I know they're gonna rip into these books. I can just see it now. Okay, let's see. Hawaii and Florida are in opposite oceans. Would that be the same? Yeah, I don't know if it's the same storm. Something's going on down there, down south of where I am at. Mark and Rocky collab when? That would be awesome. Let's do it. Yeah, they're probably separate. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thanks, Rocky. I appreciate that so much. Stream comment. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Subscribe to Mark. There is his channel. Thank you, Mo Biggs, for dropping that. Rocky describes as clean, articulate, and bright. You can quote me on that. Jeffrey Beats says, you and I don't get memberships. It's rigged, apparently. Yeah, Mo definitely gets the short end of the stick when it comes to memberships. Oh, man. Awesome One dropped a lime jello. See, he doesn't even like lime jello, and he uses that emoji, which is awesome. Like and subscribe, thank you. That's a baby's way too into the chicken dinner. As you guys are, as we all are into comics. That's how I feel when I get new comics a week. That is a reflection of my soul. That kid going into that chicken. Fruity Cheerios. I don't even know what that's a reference to. Maybe you're eating that right now, which is awesome. Yeah, you don't want to play Winner Winner Chicken Dinner too many times. It gets Cran fired up to do his 1940s style Asian impression. That could happen. I saw a really racist video recently. I mean, it was funny, and I can laugh at it because I'm Asian. It was about being Asian. I'm not going to even share it here, but it was really funny. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Everybody. R.I.P. Emo. Where is Emo? Somebody get that girl. I hope she's doing okay. Hope she's all right. I hope she's just busy. It's 91 here, which is hot. That is way too hot. Yeah. 90 where Awesome One was? Ugh, gosh. You want to hear what it is here? It is... Oh, no, that's not me. 67. 67 where I'm at. Take that. If the power goes out, Mark can always catch you up on his wind-up old-timey radio set. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. 20 degrees. Oh, man. You doing this to us? What is 20 degrees Celsius? I'm not good with... As all Americans, we're not good with... Oh, 68. That's like here, Jeffrey Beats. Perfect. So I'm also 28 degrees Celsius as well. There you go. Thank you, Mo Biggs. I didn't even look at that. Thank you so much. My dad had a transistor radio. Not sure if it has a wind-up. No, that's not winter. Awesome One. That is perfection right there. That is perfect. Slightly higher than mid 60s is perfect temperature. Mo, I'm on battery backup, clean power in my electronics, so I'm good for the stream. Nice. That's so good. You gotta keep the stream going, even if the roof is caving in from winds. That was me. My prediction was to become number one. Seemed to have been incorrect this time. Thank you. We do need to come up with a cat emoji. I think that's the next one on the list. Some sort of cat emoji, because they are definitely tied into my existence, and I could see that being used quite a bit. Listen to Rocky gloat over excluding me and Jeffrey from the Coolickle Kids Club. Poor pet training, maybe. Citizen Roman's here. What's up, Citizen Roman? Good seeing you again. Awesome. Violent cats, violent owner. Yes, there's a lot of kicking going around when it started. They just know. They're like emotional gauges of the household. I feel like cats, or at least I know one of them is one of my cats is super sensitive. And so if one of us leaves the house, or if we're going to travel somewhere, or something is off with the routine, he gets really anxious, and then he'll start acting out by doing all sorts of annoying things, either attacking his brother, or chewing on things he shouldn't be, or digging through things, or scratching where he shouldn't be. So it's always like when things are slightly off routine that he gets stressed out. It's like high anxiety. That's how we do it. What's awesome is all the pig feeder ladies on Discord. What's awesome is all the pig feeder ladies on Discord. Citizen Rose says, join Discord. Whoa, too soon. Moving too fast. One step at a time. You guys can take it easy. You know, it's there for your liking. Groomsman Discord right there. Call it the Groomsman Ground, I believe is the name of that Discord channel. But all are welcome until you're not. Alan Lau 7524. Not to be confused with Alan Lau 7523.
What?
I'm a computer.
Alex Toth is a hack. Just kidding. How dare you? How are you doing, Alan Lau? Awesome seeing you. It's been a while. It has been a while. Hope you're doing well. Alan Lau's a good friend of mine, former co-worker, also in San Francisco, enjoying this wonderful, wonderful overcast, cool weather. I'm loving DWJ's Powerbomb. Nice. Yeah, that's a good series for him. I'm finishing up his Space Mullet, which was one of his older works that he did. Still has definite like flavor of, he wrote and drew it as well. It was like earlier in his style, but it definitely still has the DWJ flavor in it. I did finish reading Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Oh, I think I returned it. I borrowed it from the library and read it. And it's been, people always are raving about it. And I think the Supergirl movie, which I haven't seen, was based on the plot loosely. And people saying, oh, it's one of the greatest Supergirl stories. And I started reading it months ago. And then for some odd reason, I couldn't get through it. And then I had to return it. So I borrowed it again. I'm like, maybe it was just, I was in the right mindset to read it. And I tried again, and I don't really like Tom King's writing. I'm sorry to say. He had some good bones in there. Like I don't know if you guys have read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Please let me know in the chat if you have. But the artwork in it is awesome. Bilquis Evely, she's great artist. We've looked at some of her stuff on stream before. But Tom King, the overall plot was cool. I can see like how he's crafting a story, but man, he wrote that like, it was so wordy. It was so much explanation. It read like a novel when you're just wanting to like focus on the art and the action and kind of the emotional story. And it's just like blah, 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 blah. It was like way too long-winded. And I was like, skimming words at the end. I was like, just get to the point. And it ended kind of cool. It was like, it had a cool ending, but man, oh man, that writing was like, oh gosh. It's pretty laborious to get through. Sorry if Tom King happens to be watching this stream one day. I apologize, but yeah, it was tough. It was tough to get through. Yes. This is the Veggie Tales. Nice. Bob the Tomato. I know the Veggie Tales. Have we got a super show for you? Yes. We are yapping. We're yapping, man. This yap keeps this engine going. I did drink a cup of coffee right before too, so we're gonna yap. And hopefully that doesn't drop my subscribers. Watch, we're gonna see the total drop in record numbers after this stream. Hopefully not. Did Campbell also author some books with words only as well? No. J. Scott Campbell, somebody commented, I can't recall the name right now, but somebody left a comment on that video and it was saying like, J. Scott Campbell, like he was like, thanks for making the video, but J. Scott Campbell just seems a little self-indulgent to me. And, you know, during that time, J. Scott Campbell, this is Image Comics, and I misspoke actually in my video. I thought like J. Scott Campbell got his start at Marvel. No, he got his start at Image. He was discovered at Image Comics by Jim Lee. So J. Scott Campbell definitely was part of that era, the Image Comics era, where it was all about like flash and pizzazz. Art was king and story was somewhat secondary to that. And he was one of those rock star artists, man. He just was meteoric in his career at Image because he started on Gen 13 and then just blew up from there and then went into Danger Girl, his own property afterwards. But yeah, that is the era that he came up in, and I loved it. I loved every single minute of it, and I think I don't know if it's self-indulgent in that it was just very of the time. And what was hot in comics, and he knew it. He put just the combos of what he put into Danger Girl, art wise and theme wise and genre wise, was just right on the money. And it's the same for the other two artists that kind of were at the same time, the same imprint he was under, which was Cliffhanger, Humberto Ramos and Joe Madureira. Those guys, they were just amazing, all of them in their own right. So really, really cool. And I don't feel like there's artists that have reached that height quite like these guys did, where the art really kind of dictated and dominated the scene, and each person's style and like artistic flavor was so unique. Like right now, a lot of the comic artists that are on some of the biggest books like X-Men and Spider-Man, they all kind of blend in together for me. Like I can't quite pick out one artist over the other than some of the Absolute series. Like those guys are kind of rocking it in my opinion similarly. But for like the big books, you would think that whoever's on Uncanny X-Men would be just like the top of their game, and it's like, well, all right, they're okay. So yeah. But no, J. Scott Campbell did not just write books. Was that the X-Men guy? Well, J. Scott Campbell was the main artist on Danger Girl, and he did create plot. He worked with another dude, Andy Hartnell, was technically the writer, I think, on Danger Girl. But I don't know who you're talking about, Awesome One. Like, as far as writer artist. Not sure. Cranberry says I might have read my I hate furries comment. You're talking about Wildsiders. Yes, Wildsiders. That one, it's like I could see he was trying to put together a certain formula again of things that he loved, like nostalgic things he loved. It was like this took place in high school, and so those kind of Breakfast Club, teen, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all kind of was like mixed into Wildsiders. But then they had these like cybernetic holograms that were animals, and that's the furry part that you're talking about, Cranberry Landers. Too late, I already did. Rocky on Mark. I mean, you got the first mainstream Florida man who's articulate, bright, clean, and nice looking. I mean, that's a storybook, man. Everybody hates furries. Sorry, Snuggie, Citizen Ronan says. I appreciate the Pig Feeder Later video. Very informative. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hate this video so much, Steampunker says. Rocky was live streaming from the zoo. Then a thick lady feeding the pigs caught his eye and he sketched her. That is... That's not exactly what happened, Mo Biggs. Not quite. You missed a couple of details in there. But she was at the zoo. She was feeding pigs. I did draw her. That's about it. Those are about the things that line up there. Why does she turn into a demon god? I don't know. Just gets so dark. Yes. That more than explained everything, Rocky. It's too informative at all. That's right. Come and live in Australia, Rocky. That would be awesome. I hope to visit one day. That would be amazing. I would really like to go to Australia or New Zealand, around those areas. That would really be really fun. I don't usually endorse AI, but the pig feeder lady is a masterpiece of robotic ingenuity. Yes. For your info, FYI, pig farms are muddy and stink. Thankfully, the pig feeder lady worked her way up to a nice, tidy zoo job before ending up in Rocky's basement. I don't know. I just can't. I can't counter these plot lines about the pig feeder lady. It's just too hard. Too hard. Rocky, did you prompt pig feeder lady to become a bane of your zoo trip in the AI? Prompt equals I heavily dislike pig feeder lady. We are going on a kayaking trip to Silver Springs State Park in 2 weeks for a couple days, then leaving a cruise for Port Canaveral. Gonna do some live streams or at least some videos from that. That would be great. Amazing way of amazing content to add to your channel, Mark's Music Session. That's great. You're gonna have to call your. I mean, you're gonna have to call it like Mark's Travel Obsession. Maybe you have to change the name. I don't know. Yeah, I think all of that. You're gonna find your audience, so it's gonna be great. Jason's okay, I guess. I don't see Jason. Oh yeah, he's short. Wait, who's Jason? Oh, Unhinged. Dang. Wow, that's short. Need to do some more audio equipment reviews. That single one I did 2 years ago got 8,400 plus views. Obviously more popular than my beach videos. Just do it all. Nice, where you can see the gators before they kill you. The cruise should be fun. Yeah, watch out for the creature bark. That's how you can get engagement, Rocky. Your next stream, Danger Girl Artist Edition giveaway. That's pretty smart, actually. That is pretty smart. Although that would cost me like $1 gajillion to do something like that. Because that artist edition was pretty expensive. And then I can't even imagine how much it would cost to mail that. So, but that is smart. That is smart. I made a joke about the 700 Club back when you're trying to get you 700 Club switch. Oh, okay. Got it. At this point, I'm convinced Rocky's live streams are just a multi-level Discord marketing scheme. It's like a Ponzi scheme. But, you know, it's not like my Discord's going crazy either. So I'm not doing a good job of marketing it, apparently. Florida man. Mark bites gators. Wow. That's a side of you I did not know, Mark. I was going to share X-Ray Girl eating Harry Potter donuts from Tim Hortons, but it's behind membership, I guess. Speaking of Speaking of Jell-O, I completely forgot to tell you about the Jell-O cake I tried to make during your hiatus. It was a Jell-No. Oh boy. What went into the Jell-O cake? Was there actual cake with Jell-O? That's a weird texture combination right there. Rocky, when you get to this comment in 30 minutes, so I just want to express appreciation for your old-timey radio impression. You're welcome. My mission, that's it. Citizen Ronan, spot on. Hello, my baby. To be fair, most Asian countries don't like other Asian countries. It's true. A fat, spoiled cat next to a scrawny, neglected cat emoji. There's something there. It's been a long time. Emo Trash, where have you been? How have you been? I hope you're okay. We've missed you here. Hail Emo Trash, what is this witchcraft? That's right. You were summoned. Great seeing you, Emo. See? Everybody wanted to know what happened to you. A cat chewing on a wire for an emoji? Maybe. Those are good suggestions. See that? Look at that. Emo. Long time no see. Rose on Third dropped a link. What is this link? Wow, where is that link? I can't, dang it, click on links in... Oh, let's see. What is this? I don't even know what that is. But as you guys know, I'm pretty gun shy of playing links here on YouTube because I've gotten notifications before that I shouldn't be. Oh. I'll have to watch that later, Rose on Third, but thanks for dropping the link. My cat literally licks himself bald when the house becomes stressful. Yikes. There we go. Emo understands. Crazy animal anxieties. She totally understands. Happened when Dad was off his rocker. Is currently the case as my mother's becoming more irate over the overall situation. Dang. Yeah, I mean, they just get stressed out. Emo lives. That's right. Attacking his brother. The only time Rocky scolded his favorite cat. Why are you always attacking your brother? Where did you learn this? You meow, right? You meow, right? I learned it by watching Mew. I don't attack him. I just like one better than the other because he's less chill. The other one, he's sleeping right now. He's like, whatever. The anxious one is the one that just gets on my nerves. He's really cute, but he gets on my nerves. Emo Trash lives. She lives. Just in the trenches of monotony. Yeah, it's been a while. So good seeing you. Semester starts next Tuesday, though. Yeah, all school is starting now. That's time. It's that time of the year. Feel the bustle, see the traffic. There was actually, I went into that store, Invisible Jet Comics, and I am going to put together a quick video. Like, I'm trying to, like, create different kinds of bits of content here and there. And one of the, like, quick videos I'm playing around with is just called The Weekly Hunt, where I'm just filming my actual journey into the whatever comic book store it is in the week. So I did film some stuff today when I went to Invisible Jet. And one of the things that was cool while I was there, I don't even know, I haven't even watched my footage from today. But while I was there, like all these kids came in, and I'm assuming they had a half day. Because what are they doing in a comic book store during a school day? But it was cool. Some of them were like in uniforms and they were buying Pokemon cards, and they were like bargaining between each other as far as like how much money one guy had. Could they split a pack? And it was really cute. And that's one thing that I like about Invisible Jet Comics is she's kind of in a neighborhood that is all ages. There's a lot of kids there. There's a lot of adults, and it kind of mixes. And so she kind of caters her store to fit that. It's really, really cool. If you haven't seen it yet, recommend Lanterns live action. Pretty good so far. Alan, I knew you'd make a recommendation. I have not seen it. I still need to finish X-Men 97. I think I have 2 more episodes of that. And I still need to catch up on Ghost in the Shell. I'm behind on that. And there was another thing that I know Lanterns was another one. Oh, Widows. You guys were telling me to watch Widow's Bay. I've heard somebody else recommend that too. I still need to watch that. Yeah, so there's a lot of crazy good things that have just come out that I am so behind on. But I heard the debut was pretty good, so I'm excited. I really like that actor who plays Hal Jordan. He was on Friday Night Lights. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. His name is King. He has no T in him. Yeah, I don't know what other stories Tom King has done. I mean, I know he's been writing for a while, but I was like, come on, dude. Like, this is not a novel. Like, this is not your, like, magnum opus novel. Just, like, get to the plot and, like, bring me in. Don't just, like, it was a bit hoity-toity, the writing. This is supposed to be my last class, then I choose to be done. Nice. Cranberry Langer says, I don't like Tom King's writing. Yep. Will I use my degree? Highly unlikely, Emo Trash says. I have one Supergirl comic, and it's not her comic. She's just in the Superman comic. But at least I'll be out of the way and then I can finally work on not being broke. That would be nice. Most people end up not using their degree. That is true. That is true. Do you know what you want your next move to be? Oh, okay. I'm just I'm just reading it out. You guys are having conversation. Yes, perhaps derailing Rocky's chat will lift your spirits. Sorry if Tom King happens to watch the stream one day. He's a Fed. He's always watching, Mo Big says. Is he really? Is he? Did he work for the federal government? Crisis on Infinite Earth shows Superman holding the recent Supergirl movie Dead in his hands. Dang. That's a harsh review there. Did you see that they were doing the Wolverine Origins? I saw you just posted that on Discord. I didn't look at it closely. World War I Wolverine era. So, here's my take on this, Jeffrey Beats. Marvel has fallen so far off the track, in my opinion, that they've got to, like, yank me. Like, I'm not going to be curious anymore about any new things that they're doing. They've got to, like, demand my attention and pull me in. That's exactly what the Absolute Batman series did, and a bunch of the Absolute line, but predominantly Absolute Batman. For me, it was like, when they announced it, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm really into Nick Dragotta as an artist, so I was like, that will pull me in. But as far as what they've done with the story and just the concepts in it and where it's gone, they just like grabbed me by the neck and like they're not gonna let go. Like they're forcing me to like not read it. I mean, they're forcing me to read it. They're not forcing me to read it. They're like, just what they're doing is like making me like, I gotta read this. So that's similar to what I think Marvel has to do for me now. They've gone so far off. I'm like, all right, another Wolverine story. All right, what's gonna be in this timeline that doesn't like make a difference and blah, blah, blah. And like, you're not gonna do anything interesting. Like, I'm really kind of down on Marvel, actually, to be honest. So we'll see. I can end up eating my words. Michelle had a medical procedure done today, so she's resting. Say hey for her. Oh, hey, Michelle. If you are watching, we'll give you a little shout out to help with your recovery. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Take care. Get some rest. Good thing I guess it's storming. And then Mark's going to take care of you. Right, Mark? Mark's going to do all the taking care of on our behalf. Speaking of my life, a very minor update on my dad that has mildly entertained me ever since I was told about it. Uh-oh. Here we go. Wait, where is it? Where's the update? I have a good vibe about Stephen Wacker taking over Marvel Comics. He has been putting out posts, and I agree a lot with him. I'll have to follow him. Is he, what is his... Actually, drop the link for his social media if you can, Jeffrey Beats. I don't know if you're in the middle of work or whatever, but I'd love to follow him as well and just kind of see what his thoughts are. I think Marvel puts Wolverine all the way back a couple hundred years, even having him in Japan's warlord history. I mean, he has his healing powers, right? So they've always fibbed his age all the time. But they did that like origin of him before. Obviously, Weapon X is a huge part of his origin. What more could we really learn from him being in World War I? He's a little jerk that is like tortured and like he's the best there is at what he does. Like that's about all we're going to learn in World War I. See, I'm kind of down on Marvel. Okay, here is the update. Apparently he has a crazy vitamin D deficiency that showed up on his last blood work order, so now he's on a stupid high prescription regimen. Isn't vitamin D the one you can get when you like just get outside in the sun? Isn't that what vitamin D is? I mean, I know people have to take supplements sometimes, but we're literally shooting the man full of... Oh, there we go. Hopefully it full of sunshine. I'm hoping it'll fix his issue. Well, I hope that works. How did you find the prescription for sunshine? I don't have a sunshine sound effects. Do I? No. Nope. That's what I was looking for. Hopefully it helps. I watched the first Lantern show. Very good. Nice. Chris Claremont both start with a C like Campbell. Oh, yeah. Chris Claremont's a writer. He's not an artist at all. And one of the greatest, if, in my opinion, the greatest X-Men writer. The problem with me is that I am severely unserious and can find the humor in literally everything. That's not a bad thing. J. Scott Campbell has that perfect blend of dynamic comic art and Disney-level exaggeration in his face drawings. I think one of the key elements, and I talked about this in my unboxing video, go check it out, is J. Scott Campbell's love of caricature, specifically through his admiration of the Mad Magazine artist Mort Drucker, who is a phenomenal caricature artist. And you can even see it in J. Scott Campbell's artwork, like that influence. But I feel like that's what elevated J. Scott Campbell out of like, oh, I'm just a sexy girl Jim Lee protege to, oh, J. Scott Campbell knows how to like really capture unique likenesses and faces and expressions and acting. And yeah, so that's always my favorite. That's my favorite part of his work. So yeah, you're spot on, Alan. To be fair, it's still less of an issue than it was a year ago. Okay, good. I guess you don't care about Hal Jordan as a character makes sense. Oh, wait, I do have bigger life updates than that, come to think. Oh my gosh, these spaced out emo trash are making me anxious. Emo trash, well, if you need sunshine, it's 106 degrees right now. I will personally donate to your dad's sunshine deficiency. Just point a mirror in her direction. Emo is now a candidate for the moon landing. Rocky, remember to feed the pig feeder lady regularly. Toss in some fresh Coolicles and summer surprise for her. Thank you, awesome one. His mom passed on June 21st. Oh, your dad's mom. Honestly, don't remember if I ever passed that news. I think you did. But then my maternal grandfather passed away on July 2nd, and then my cousin's dad went on August. Oh my gosh. That's too much loss in such a short amount of time. Sorry to hear that, emo trash. I think you did mention that your dad's mom passed away because if I don't remember, I was asking if that was the grandma that you were living with, but I don't think it is. Love Hal Jordan. It's a great character. Dang. I don't know why Cranberry Ranger says, oh, good. At a certain age, we all start dropping. I'm sorry for your family, though. I hope your family's all right. I've dumped all sorts of tea into the harbor, and Rocky's just acknowledging my presence. Yeah, that's how it goes. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can. No, the entire cake was made from gel, and I also threw fruit in a mix to try and be fancy. Did you use a mold? Good question. I had to step away for a couple of minutes. I come back to see Emo with a massive list of recently passed relatives, and right underneath, Cran saying, oh, good. It works. Did you add the flavorless gelatin that was famous among so many 1960s dishes, Steampunker? Yeah, timing is timing. Cran is full, glass half full guy. He is. He does. Sean should be pleased when he hears I'm going to the filming location for Creature. Oh, cool. I think you missed that about the kayaking trip. That is awesome. Where they filmed Creature from the Black Lagoon. That is awesome. One of the greatest on-film character creature designs ever is that character. Citizen Rona Indy. I used the cake mode for it. Graham Nolan is a big fan of that movie, I believe. I think you're right. Did you use fruit cocktail for the fruit? You have favorite cats? We have one dog. She's got a job as a detective during the day. Yeah, I have one. I mean, according to Mo, I have one favorite cat, which kind of is my favorite cat. I do. I always call him my favorite. So it's not according to Mo. It's according to life. He's just sweet. He's just really sweet. 3 different layers of Jell-O were made. 3 different consistencies came out. It was a hot mess. Oof. The short version is that Grandma and Unc were literally digging through some old documents the man had and was discovering all his secrets as he was literally taking his last breaths at the... Oh my gosh. Emo trash. That sounds crazy. Yeah, it sounds like it. No wonder why you haven't been here. Hopefully you can come back more frequently now. I know it was in regards to something else she said prior, but it was an odd thing to come back to Cranberry Rangers. Creature is my favorite monster, Citizen Roman. Definitely fits the Florida man thing. You need an actual Jello mode. I was a little kid in the late 70s. Jello modes were king. Is Ghost in the Shell good? I watched the first 5 minutes and thought, nah. Of the series, it's awesome. It's really good. Yeah, it's the cool thing about it is it's closer to the original source manga, the look of the original source manga, than the original movie was. Which the original movie was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it went more realistic, and this one is a little bit more cartoony, like Shiro's comic style. So it's really cool. It's fun. I was looking at cutoff chat. I should have made sure. It's okay, Cran. It's okay. Chick-fil-A, nice. I need to watch Widow's Bay. I've heard someone else recommend that as well. Okay, it was you. I know. Too bad it wasn't a Mexican soap opera. That would be interesting. Novella. Citizen Rona, I just cut up earlier. Wow, I'm so behind. Okay, I'm going to jump forward. I enjoyed Widow's Bay. Nice. Everybody's telling me it's awesome. Did you guys know that he was married to Carrie Russell? I didn't know that. The actor in Widow's Bay. The main actor. Tom King was in the CIA. No kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I just like his writing style. Again, I think the kind of plot, the plot beats that he was trying to tell were cool. And the worlds and the characters and all that, and how he ended it, like, I dig it. But just the exposition was just overwhelmingly too much. That would be cool. That would be awesome. Say hey if you are, Jay Scott. I read Woman of Tomorrow, picked it up at Invisible Jet. Nice art, ideas, and characterization are very cool. Alan now says. Is there a button in there? Nice art. Yeah, the art's awesome. She's phenomenal. Incredible artist. Ideas and characterization are very cool. I feel like there's a butt in there. Not the first person to say it, but the FBI explains things. But if he was in the CIA, then it's a little different. Yeah, I don't know. Marvel needs an equivalent of DC Rebirth, but not so much Absolute. They need something. Hopefully this dude Whacker will whack it in place. That didn't sound good. But yeah, hopefully he'll do something. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. I've been pretty minimally affected. Didn't have a relationship with Granddad. The whole dynamics around him was generally complicated. Whew. Aw, it does my heart good to see Emo back in Deer. That's probably why I'm so behind. Because Emo's here, like, I'm twice behind. We're already hour 14 into this, and I haven't even spoken a lick about these comics. There's the guest live stream that Mark was a part of. Nice. If we keep talking Rocky, it'd be here for hours. Stephen Wacker will bring Marvel back and you will be left behind, my friend. Get on the train now. He's got to prove it to me. He's got to prove it. His therapist has the prescription strength sunshine. I need some of that sometimes. Nice. Vitamin D's nuts. I like that. Heyo. We can also do this. He does get caricatures. Yep. Grandma's still here. Yep. She's upstairs now. Nice. Okay. I used a combo of flavorless Jello. Okay. I was about to call Rocky out on blaming me for the favorite cat story, but he recanted immediately. Rose on Third says Daytona. That must be that link you sent, I'm assuming. Very powerful. I'll check out series of Ghost in Shell and review on Discord. Okay, do it. Yeah. No, it's good. If you've seen the first, did you like the movie? Let's start there. I have the whole, I don't even think I've talked about this, and I won't today, but I'll just show you guys. I got this recently, the Ghost in the Shell fully compiled, which includes Ghost in the Shell 1, 1.5, to a bunch of stuff. But yeah, the cartoon looks, the current animation by the animation company is called Science Zaru, looks more like this, which is really cool. It's still like awesome, and some of the action sequence and the animation sequence in there are incredible. So yeah, I just got this. This was on sale on Amazon. It's a really, really cool to have it all in one thick compilation here. But we won't review that today. I don't want to start off with a lot of hate. Time Jump ruins shows and streams. Widow's Bay is based on an Australian show called Home and Away. It's based at Summer Bay in New South Wales. Oh, no kidding. That's awesome. Hey, I protest any skipping over my comments personally. Anyone else's comments, kind of whatever. If he skips over my... You guys, if he skips over my comments, he misses great content. If he skips Emo's content, the stream stays boringly on the tracks. Woo! Yes. I loved OG movie for the night. Okay, cool. See, I caught up. OG movie goes to machine. Nice, I caught up. Wait, is that it? Is it? All right, cool, awesome. We're not that far behind. We kind of are. Looks like 12 people are watching right now on YouTube. 3 people on X. Hopefully some newbies. Welcome in, everyone. Let's start talking about comics, finally. Because there's some interesting ones to go over and look at. But first, one of the things I picked up at the store... Oh, this was kind of cool. So this was the comic book store... This was the comic book store, Invisible Jet. And one cool thing that Chris does, I guess she's printing out these stickers and she's getting like local artists to do little stickers for her. So that's cool. She handed that to me today. And then, not at her store, but at a different store, I picked up this. It's an Ashcan. So... regular comic size is this. Ashcan, a little smaller. And you guys know me, I love Ashcans as far as just little snippets, little bite-sized tastes of what could come out. This is something that's, to tie that in, this is a event that is happening in Marvel that they've been advertising a lot recently. This is a free previews magazine that you can get from your local comic book stores that tells you about the books coming out in the next few months. This particular issue, which I think just came out this week, is focusing on this whole midnight event, which I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit because it's curious to me. They did Blood Hunt, which is one of the series that when I was starting my channel was kind of ramping up. So Blood Hunt had it was like vampires and inserting vampires into every book. And they had all this crossover stuff. So I was curious why they were doing another thing that's kind of similar to it, which is this midnight line. But I think it's a reinventing of like the main characters, from my understanding. It's kind of like maybe like an Elseworlds or like an alternate reality or something. I'm not 100% sure how this ties into the current Marvel lore. So I don't know. I'm kind of like iffy on this event. It just feels kind of like half-baked a little bit. And also it feels like they just did this with Blood Hunt. But it's going to be coming out... The main titles that they'll do a Midnight Spider-Man, Midnight Fantastic Four, and a Midnight X-Men. And the writers and art teams... So there's Philip Kennedy Johnson. He signed an exclusive with Marvel recently as one of the writers. He's going to do Midnight Spider-Man. Benjamin Percy, I'm not so familiar with his writing, but Kev Walker, I do know this guy's art. There was a book that he did during the Blood Hunt crossover timeline. he did the series Union Jack, which I actually kind of liked. So interesting that he's on another like vampire-ish kind of book for Fantastic Four. And then they're doing Jonathan Hickman, who's one of the big writers at Marvel, is doing the X-Men one. I don't know. This artist, Matteo Delafonte, looks cool, but don't know him much. So yeah, I'm very, very low confidence on the series. This is a gross cover. Very low confidence on this series. But part of the reason I wanted to bring it up was just because this Ashcan came out, which we'll look at in a second, about this series. But the other thing that was interesting to me was, if you guys haven't noticed, maybe you have, one of the big things that's happening in comics, there's a resurgent of this variant cover market in comics these days. And they had gimmicky covers back in like the 90s, 2000s Image time, where they would do like foil covers and some variant covers. And it's kind of fluctuated up and down, but I feel like especially with the Absolute Batman line, Absolute Superman, all the Absolute lines, I'm trying to think. A lot of the Image books, so like the Skybound books, like Battle Beast, that new book that came out, Terminal, that came out from Image. The variant, a lot of the like Thundercats, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all of those have like tons of variant covers, and that has started to really become the norm. So a book's not going to come out and you might have one variant cover maybe, or like a special cover that you can get, and then just the regular cover. Now they're having like dozens of variant covers per book, and the collector's market is kind of eating it up, or else they wouldn't keep putting money behind it. But the funny thing, or the interesting thing I noticed in this previews was there's like a whole code here. Can you see this? It's called an ongoing variant cover program. And they have very specific things that they're going to be doing in their variant covers. So here they explain, I just thought it was hilarious that they have an actual chart for it. So cover A is going to be the regular cover. Cover B is called Midnight Bloodbath. So they're going to have quote unquote blood-soaked covers showcasing the terror of the Midnight Universe. Cover C is the Midnight Special. They'll have covers showcasing reimaginings of Marvel heroes, new and old. Midnight Horror Homage, which is like recreations of iconic horror images. And then the Midnight Gallery, which is painted covers of haunted Midnight Universe. And I'm assuming all of these main Midnight books are gonna have this like formula of variants. So they're banking on these variant covers like upping their sales, and probably will happen. And then they just list all of these variant covers for Midnight Spider-Man right now. Here's the variant covers for Midnight Fantastic Four and Midnight X-Men. And so it's interesting because the discourse or the conversation that's happening online is, I know a lot of retailers, both locally at my local comic book stores and also online when I watch videos from varying different stores, is some of them either really love them because it stirs up the collector's market. Some are harder to find than others. People, like I do it, I hunt for certain covers sometimes. And some people hate it because they're like, what is the point of variant covers? Like, you're just milking, it's just a money grab, basically. And then you have these artists that are only cover artists, like J. Scott Campbell, or only variant cover artists. Like there's another artist out there by the name of, oh my gosh, what's his name? Like he signs his covers DNA. I forgot what his name is though. But he just does variant covers. Or Peach Momoko is another one. I mean, she does some sequential stuff. She definitely does her own like sequential art, and she's a comic artist, but she always has a variant cover. There's Peach Momoko right there. She always has a variant cover thrown in there. And it's just interesting to see how they're just building, like really leveraging this whole variant cover thing, and making, it's part of the strategy of what they're selling. Oh, they're showing some of the interiors here. This is probably what's going to be in the Ashcan. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like, are you guys seeing that? Like, what do you think about variant covers? I know that Jeffrey Beats likes variant covers, and orders different covers based on certain books. I don't say I'm always looking for those like hot covers, but there's a few artists here and there that I'm like, oh, that would be cool to get that cover. Most of the time, I'm just getting a cover A. What is the name of that artist? I don't remember. It'll come to me. The Carrie Andros, he's doing a lot of variant covers. Yeah, I bet you I'll find that artist if I just flip here. But everything is always like cover, variant cover, variant cover, variant cover. So yeah, just curious to see what you guys think about that. If you like variant covers, if you don't, if you think it's just a money grab. David Nakayama, that's it. That's DNA. Oh, look. Oh, no, this is Pepe Larraz. He's the actual artist. But anyway, that was just interesting to me. So that was the new preview that came out for Marvel. And then here's the Ashcan for, let me zoom in a little bit here. This is the Ashcan for Midnight Universe that came out. Look at that. I just saw these words, black and white Ashcan edition. I was like, gimme, gimme. So, yeah, I guess they're just giving a snippet of some of the interiors here. It's really cool. It's just a cool format. Oh, you're not going to like this. Very manga influenced. Mo. Yeah, so they're just going this like horror vibe for Spider-Man. I mean, for all of these. This is probably Kev Walker stuff. Yeah, I think Kev Walker's pretty good. He did a book called, it was Blood Hunt Union Jack that I enjoyed. I thought his art was great. And then this is X-Men. Delafonte. Eh. So that's cool. It's cool. There's no dialogue too. That they just showed art. So that's neat. That's a cool little Ashcan. This is what I feel like. This is what Ashcans should be for. Sometimes Ashcans are just like literally the first 6 or 9 pages of a book and just shrunk down and printed in this cheaper format. But I like this black and white, no dialogue. It really lets you appreciate the art, or know, at least see what the art will be like, and gives you a taste for it. And then, helps you decide whether or not you're going to pick that book up. Midnight Universe, black and white Ashcan. That's not gonna be part of the vote today, but I just wanted to share that with you guys just because I saw it. Usually comic book stores have these like at the front counter next to stuff because they're free. And I saw this and I was like, cool. I actually wrote it down that I wanted to find it, and it was there. Okay. Let's see. Have you guys talked about? Okay. What are the recommendations to improve Marvel Comics? Whew. What are the recommendations to improve Marvel Comics? That's a great question. Not do what they're doing now. I think they need better artists. One. I think they need artists, and I'm probably biased because I'm an artist. They need artists that have distinct styles. So we've joked around about it in previous streams, but if they got Daniel Warren Johnson to be their main dude, and he put him on an X-Men book, like that would turn the tides immediately. And I don't know why their editors are not doing it. Like picking somebody like that who is in the people already know their work or just get super excited about their work and will do anything to get their hands. Like they need that kind of artist to drive a certain book. Right now, I feel like a lot of Marvel books are being led by writers who are trying to do their darndest of like, oh, I want to appease what has been done before and like kind of fit with that nostalgia, but like I also want to inject my new ideas, and that is constantly like fighting itself. And then most of the artists that are tied to that are just kind of all like, none of them are like super exciting to me. So half the time I'm reading a Marvel book, I'm like, this is a shadow of a story that I read when I was a teenager. This is kind of trying to be like that, but like not even 100%. And then the artwork is forgettable. And so it's really hard to try and get behind or get involved with the stories. Two, I think that Marvel needs to stop resetting. Like they keep resetting. There's always like a new number one. That's why this Midnight thing is like, all right, it's another reset of, characters we know and love. And they need to stop doing that. I think the genius of the Absolute line is they didn't reset. They just started a whole nother thing and they're not stopping. Like they're just going, and it's kind of running parallel to all the other DC stories that are going. But they just have that event that like started everything, and now they're just going and kind of creating their own world. So I don't know. They thread a needle there, and a lot of people in this chat don't like the Absolute line, which is totally fine. But for me, they were able to kind of hold on to what made Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman kind of the iconic characters that we know. But they also are just injecting a whole nother fresh take on it, and they're not looking back. They're just running forward as fast as they can. And I feel like Marvel's like, we just want to keep what we did, and here's Wolverine again, here's Deadpool again, here's the original X. I don't know. Yeah. And when it comes down to it, I think if they just get a rock star artist or a handful of rock star artists that just are killing it, I don't think I would care. I'd be like, okay, I'm buying all those books. Tell the new people that you do sound effects. Pew pew. Pew. I do sound effects. Comics. I was promised entertainment. Sorry, Citizen Ronan. Midnight series looked good. Cranberry thinks getting back to better writing, Alan. Yeah. The real reason Rocky likes Ashcans is because they're black and white. It's Marvel's Absolute line. Midnight is? Not all. Not even close. Are they all black and white? No, all Ashcans are not. I just so happen to have some here nearby. These are different Ashcans from... This is from a company called Ignition Press, but these are colored. But they just basically took the first 12 pages of their story and printed it here in this smaller format. So that's another way of doing an Ashcan. I like it when it's like how they just did the Midnight one. It's not the full book. It's just a taste of the art. I will not be voting in the poll. Mark's Music Obsession says. Marvel's Absolute, so basically Heroes Reborn. Liefeld's cap was very Absolute Batman-esque. Yeah, but I'd argue that yes. I'd argue that Scott Snyder is a way better writer than Rob Liefeld is. Rob Liefeld's story wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. And the thing I love, I was actually watching my old review of Absolute Batman #1. You guys can see that. That was one of the closer look videos I did a long time ago, where I was reviewing that first issue. The thing I love about them casting Nick Dragotta as the artist on that was he did not feel like a Batman artist. He would, as much as I loved him as in what he was doing prior to that, the big series he worked on was East of West before Absolute Batman. I wouldn't have, and I loved what he did on East of West. It's amazing. It's an incredible series. Jonathan Hickman was the writer on that. But I would have not pegged him for, I would not have pegged him for an absolute, or a Batman artist. And so when they announced it, I was like, okay, let me see what he'd do. And then he just went gangbusters with it. So it was just out of left field. And I think Marvel's just kind of trying to play it safe with everything they're doing. There's nothing really exciting about what they're trying to do or how they're trying to break the rules or anything. Rocky, I don't dig Marvel right now. Flash forward, first book reveal is Marvel Midnight. I'm just a walking contradiction. You have fallen for the old Ashcan trick. Yeah. Who can not love an Ashcan? It's free. It's free and it's compact and it's just a nice little bite-sized comic there. Is this a real Ashcan though? I mean, I can't put out a cigarette. I mean, I could. I don't know. Design-wise, maybe, but it being the darker version of the universe and reimagining of the characters at the same time as DC Absolute. Design-wise, maybe. Being the darker version of the universe, reimagining of their characters at the same time as DC Absolute. Yeah. I guess so. I didn't go for Marvel Midnight. Seems like another cash grab. Yep. I agree. That's what I feel like. The horror homage made me think of Shanth. Yeah, Shanth does love his horror. You guys tell me. Where is he? I always thought having a single harder to find variant cover was kind of cool, but having 5, 10, 20 was overkill. Definitely. I love variant covers. Here we go. Here's the man. Makes the collection extra special. I love some artists. Peach is awesome. Yeah, I mean, it works, right? It works for those collectors. I order 2 months ahead of time to get variant covers that I want. I enjoy researching the possibilities and sometimes have to order on release to get the ones I want. Yeah. We're going to make them darker horror themed. Oh, and Mangert. Inspired Street Fighter-y. I can see the feature creep. Yeah, I mean, if they're going to go... I kind of like that they got this Kev Walker guy. I can see him doing the horror. Like, they should have gotten, some other, like, really dark horror artists, like Kyle Holtz. We've looked at his work before. He would be great to do some sort of, like, horror-themed Marvel book. Or, I mean, they tried to do that with Infernal Hulk, right? Kind of that horror theme to it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's a money grab. I like the variant covers. However, it is what smaller comic companies use to drive sales. So I'm taking this to mean Marvel and DC are doing poorer sales. I don't know. Why did that priest look like Harrison Ford? Really? Did he? Probably. They might have been referencing him. That was the cool thing. Oh, he does kind of look like Harrison Ford. That was the cool thing about J. Scott Campbell's Wildsiders book. In that video, he has some sketches in the Wildsiders Artist Edition, and you can tell he's referencing specific actors. But it's cool because that's part of it. That's part of the caricature and the characterization that he captured. It's like one of the characters looked like Seth Green, and you're like, oh, you can kind of feel the like Seth Green-ish acting out of that character. One of the characters looks like Jack Black, and he kind of feels like Jack Black. So it's really cool. Jeffrey Beat says, my local comic book store guy hates variant covers. He says that they are the bane of existence for comic book stores. That's what some of my stores here same. Because like tracking all that, ordering all that, and then having to stock it, but not having enough stock or having too much stock. And then they end up having all this like fodder for their dollar bins afterwards. I get it. Imagine having to buy a bunch of copies that mostly won't sell in order to be able to buy a version that will. Yeah. Because, as Mo is pointing out, if some of them some of those covers you have to order a X amount of books in order to get that cover. Like that's the incentive. And so it forces stores to order more books than they can sell, and then it becomes a mess. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Way too many variant covers. They don't hire those artists because you're not factoring identity into it, Rocky. What you're talking about is merit, which is evil. Also, the art happens to be good. They don't hire those artists because you're not factoring identity into it, Rocky. What you're talking about is merit, which is evil. Bad artists are cheaper too. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dana Warren Giants, I'm sure that guy is expensive because he's so hot right now, you know? So, but most of the artists that kind of blend into each other, and this is both at Marvel and DC, but I definitely see it at Marvel more. A lot of those artists are international artists. So yeah, I bet you they're getting paid way cheaper than an American artist is. And it's probably why they're farming a lot of that talent from overseas, because it's cheaper to pay them. So that's a good point. Also, some people that buy multiple covers have bad blood if they can't get multiple covers. No more resets. Hear me out. All old, all same Marvel where they bring back the characters from before they mess them up. Maybe different in other parts of the world. Meanjin is one big comic shop. We can order online from larger shops in Australia, so if you miss one, you can get online. That's cool. Rocky's the Michael Winslow of comic. I'm not even close to as good as that guy. I wasn't comparing to Rob Liefeld's Captain America as a compliment, Rocky. Rose on Third likes free. Yeah, me too. It's less risk to the comic companies and more for the comic shops. Yep. That's probably why more often than not, comic book store owners hate variants while collectors like them. I wish Rocky hadn't made that loud slurping sound before saying DWJ is super hot right now. It comes across as a bang. I know there are lesser known, cheaper artists and some artists who are paid over what they should be. Yeah, definitely. But it just makes me appreciate too, like, I think that's why I loved the Image era. And even preceding that, what was going on in Marvel, mostly in Marvel Comics, with all those artists like McFarlane, Silvestri, Jim Lee, Liefeld. All those guys were at Marvel. Larson, the guys who eventually formed Image Comics, Will Portacio, is each one of those artists were incredible, and they were different from each other, and they were leading their own books, and yeah, I couldn't get enough of it. So there's something that's getting lost in at least how the industry is building up artists and rewarding artists, and the kind of style they're looking for. I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. The all old, all same comics is a fantasy mode. Just give up, Mo. Marvel's dead. Yes, hide your eyes, Mo. I've ordered this Green Arrow, great comic run. So this, I think, after I read this one, might be my last absolute Green Arrow. And this series, I think, is continuing on probably, I think I want to say 12 issues. They extended it. It was supposed to be shorter, but they extended it because of the popularity. Now, I really have enjoyed what they're trying to do in this, different from the other Absolute books. It's very much like a detective story, a whodunit, right? And so that's a cool aspect to add into it. I've loved the mysterious Green Arrow and serial killer who's this murderer, this vigilante murderer. That I love that take on it. I love his design. But similar to Tom King's writing, this writer with the incredible name Pornsak Pishashot, he's a little too, like, the last couple issues have been a little too like way too much word vomit. And I got so lost. I was like, wait, who, like, the backstory of this person worked with Oliver. Like, I'm missing the, like, strong through lines of the plot, and it just makes me kind of zone out a little bit when there's so much like, oh, and I worked with this person, and then I was doing this, and they have all these flashbacks of this and that. I almost didn't pick up this issue, but what happened at the end of issue 3 was they introduced Solomon Grundy as a character in this book. And I flipped through this really quick when I was at the store, and there's a lot of fighting in this. So I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. A lot of like action sequences in it. So I felt like maybe the dialogue and the blah, 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 the like backstory will be toned down a little bit just because they're kind of fighting a lot in this issue. But we'll see. We'll see if at the end of this, if I'm like, I don't care anymore, then I'm not going to keep picking up this book. But if it ends on a good note, then maybe I will. We'll see. It's kind of on the fence for me right now to continue picking up. But here's the... I like the artist a lot. It's Raphael Albuquerque. And I believe he was the same guy that drew the DCKO run, if I'm not mistaken. Which I like the art in that too. But yeah, I really like the Green Arrow design. And they're doing all this like, was it him? Because he's supposed to be dead. Ollie Green Arrow is supposed to be dead. That's how it started off. And so now you're wondering, is he really dead? What's going on? There's this whole virus thing that's been injected into people. So we really don't know who is behind the scenes actually murdering all these like bad people in the city. Oh gosh. This is what I'm talking about. It's like, oh my gosh, like, not that I don't like writing or dialogue, but like, if you have to over explain just to get me to track what is going on, you're asking for a lot. And there's a lot of like, this person knew this person and this clue and that clue, and it's like, what? Like, what the? That's cool. I do kind of like how dark the violence gets in this for a Green Arrow book. Like how dark it gets, how like scary he is. That's really cool. That's a cool take on Green Arrow. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. It's cool coloring going on here. Electricity. Just got stabbed in the eyes. Gone are the days when editors or like the comics code or whatever wouldn't allow artists to show characters getting stabbed in the eyes. There's a famous sequence in the Spider-Man series that Todd McFarlane was writing and drawing at the time, at the height of his popularity, where I believe it was Shatterstar from X-Force like stabs Juggernaut in the eye, and he actually drew him like impaling in the eye, but they wouldn't allow it, so he had to redo that sequence. But the art still exists of Juggernaut getting stabbed in the eye. But now it's like, yeah, everybody's okay with it. No problem. No problem. This is a kid's book. Whoa, guess this hand gets cut off. Something to do with like hands getting cut off. Happens quite a bit. Limbs getting cut off. Yeah. So that's part of something. So yeah, the whole tone of the book I really like. The spin on it. I think it's just partially this writing is just like bleh. I'm just getting old, guys. I just wanna be entertained. Okay. That's it. Absolute Green Arrow, number 4. TBD of whether or not I'm going to keep picking up this series that's going on. Jeffrey Beats likes it, but TBD for me. I'm just wondering, like, how long can you drag on this? Is it him? Is it not him? Is it him? Is it not him? It's cool. The art looks great. I like the art. So yeah, it's that unique thing where it's like art, writing, genre, world, characters. I used to like rank the books I was reading on those metrics. And it kind of rings true to me. It's like, oh, the art can be great, but if the story isn't that great or the writing's not great, I'm gonna fall off eventually, or vice versa. That's a sweet Green Arrow cover. Cranberry likes it. What I like about Absolute Green Arrow is they didn't ruin any worthwhile characters. Some people think they're Chris Claremont and they aren't. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Chris Claremont could get verbose in certain things, but there was something about his writing that was just so elegant and really like engaging, and he really kind of knew the level of writing that worked for comics and like when to let the visuals tell the story. He knew how to kind of dance with the artist. And some of these writers are just like just spilling out their guts all over the page, and the artist is trying to pick moments, trying to help it, but there's not like a back and forth. It's just like all or nothing sometimes. A lot of fighting in Solomon Grundy issue? Why? If I didn't know any better, I would assume they fight the whole way through as Grundy slowly makes his way through his poem. True. I like that Green Arrow if topical. Rose on Third's getting a lot of validation today. Also, it's part of the wider Absolute World storyline. It is, yes. I like the art. Yeah, me too. They should make a version that only has the word balloons and no text, like an artist edition where they take away the color. Cool one-shot cover. Oh, the ad here. This one. Fernando Blanco. That is kind of cool. One underappreciated aspect of the Absolute line is all the little Japanese kids who entered Create a Rockman Mega Man boss contest finally got to work. Stop it. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 is watching Monsters University. Nice. Absolute Evil book really kicked this off. Yes. And you were the one who kept telling me I needed to read that. And yeah, that was like when it was first revealed he was dead. So yeah, that was definitely a way to kick it off. Like, oh, he's getting his own book. I thought he was dead. Green Arrow ties back to Absolute Evil storyline. Thank you. Seems like he has extra limbs to cut off. Yeah. We love Rocky sound effects. Nice. I'm getting old, losing patience for what is entertaining. Yeah, can you drag John back? That would be awesome. I should start a tally mark count for how many times Rocky makes sound effects for each stream. That would be great. Monster Racing League. I'm going to reveal who it is. Absolute Green Arrow is Lex Luthor. No, he's not. No, he's not. I like this Monster League cover too. A little monochrome though. I love this cover. Yeah. It's really good. There's something that June Chung, who I think she's married to Jay Lee. She's his colorist. She does this really and a lot of Jay Lee's stuff has this nice use of gradients where it feels like three-dimensional, but it's really subtle. And you can just kind of feel it. You don't really see how modeled, it looks. And his artwork is pretty flat, so it's just nice to feel like you can just see that gradient down here on the shoulder pads, and it just feels like very solid. She does it so well on his artwork. Hopefully this fizzles out before they get Absolute Kite Man. Some people don't know this, but Absolute Green Arrow is from Australia. Is it? Really? Okay, let's flip through this really quick. M1 Monster Racing League issue 3, written by Lily and Robert Wyndham and artwork by Jay Lee and June Chung. Jay Lee, another one of those artists who does a lot of variant covers and special covers, and because he's really good at it. But I love it when he does his sequential art too. And his art style has evolved a lot since he broke into the scene in the 90s. So yeah, this is like a mixture of like K-pop, Demon Hunters, Fast and the Furious, underground racing, kaiju. It's really cool. I actually like it a lot. And this girl, she's kind of like an American girl that's displaced in Japan, and so she's trying to fit in. Come to find out, there's like this underground racing network that this classmate of her brings her to, and she happens to be really good at racing too, so she's kind of entering into that world. But little do they know, and I'm sure this will get revealed as the series goes on, there are monsters behind the racers. There's some sort of nefarious organization of monsters. Wow, he's just milking these this tree and these leaves. He's like, I don't want to draw any other background. I'm just gonna have the leaves of this cherry blossom flying around everywhere. This is a lot of leaves. Are you ready for some real monster race car? Monster car racing. I'm sorry. I don't know what this wild... What is this? Oh, it's like a potion. This thing he's holding here. And so I guess they take it right before they start racing, and it helps them. But it turns them into monsters. Okay. Well, let's see. Not that much happened in this issue as much as the previous issues. But I think they're just kind of telling a little bit more of the story. I love his car designs and his like costume designs. Really cool. And as he's been doing for this whole series, he's been doing these like very interesting panel shapes. More designy than storytelling. Yeah, he just gave up on backgrounds. He's like, whatever. All right, M1 Monster Racing League issue 3. I should do my research more and know that how many issues some of these series are. I want to say, I'm going to guess 6 for M1 Monster Racing League. I'm not sure. I really like the colors, but there's a lot of gray. There is a lot of gray in this particular issue. I mean, she made gray look awesome on this cover, though. Love this blue. Now the pages, from what I've seen of them, look wonderful. Awesome. I would have preferred this comic as an early 2000s kart racer video game with the Universal monsters. That'd be cool. An American girl in Japan trying to fit in. I got plastic I'm not going to read that out. I'd love to jump into Jay Lee's brain, his art world. Amazing art. Yeah, he's amazing. He just has a totally different... He's another one that's like such a distinct style and does things his own way. I mean, he was so at the top of his game in like the 90s. The stuff that he touched was like unbelievable. They're driving fast cars, but they don't know where they're going. Yeah, they don't actually talk about where they're going. I think they just race as fast as possible. Getting into Rob Liefeld's territory with lack of backgrounds, yeah, kind of. Jay was like, fine, I'll do the book, but I'm phoning in everything but the characters and panel shapes. I think he's just working as fast as possible. He's just putting more of the money into like the character stuff, car stuff. They're not showing that many cars, though. Nice. That's a good song. And sound effects. Don't forget the sound effects. Have we come up with a term for the opposite of a super show yet? Just asking. Just asking for a friend. I've talked 3 marks already for Rocky's. I've tallied 3 marks for Rocky's sound effects, of course. There's been more in this stream, though. That's 4. I love that blue on the cover there. This Jay Lee book has me hooked. Love the first 2. Awesome. Jeffrey Beats. Yeah, I like it. Okay, moving around line. Holy cow, it's already 5:18. Megalith, Olympic Saga number 3. This one is the last issue, I think, and it was kind of short. This is a book from Bad Idea. Again, kaiju monsters. I wasn't ever going to pick up this book when I first heard about it, but then the first issue was like, oh, this is kind of cool. The art was cool, and then second issue was more of the same, and then I found out, I believe that this is... Oh no, I think this might be I think there might be 4 issues total. So I was like, all right, cool. So Luis LaRosa is on art here, and I think they have another secondary story where Tomas Giorello is on art, and he does a lot of Bad Idea stuff. He does that book Save Now. We've looked at it on stream. Planet Death. He's like one of their go-to. Tomas Giorello is like one of their mainstay artists and Bad Idea stuff. But LaRosa's good. I mean, he's kind of this like very realistic style, almost photorealistic style in his artwork. I compared him. At first, I thought maybe he's going to be like Alex Ross a little bit, but I feel like his artwork's a lot closer to Mark Texiera's artwork, which I love Mark Texiera's stuff. But he's got some cool designs in here. I've seen his non-colored art, surprise, surprise. And he does a lot of this like wash tones. Like that's part of the artwork. That's why it looks so real, is these gray tones that he puts in it that add like modeling into it. This is awesome. Great designs. Really cool. It's not easy to design a cool looking kaiju. I mean, it's been done so many times, so it's hard to like make something look original in this genre, and this stuff looks awesome. That's really cool. Oh, he grabs onto the missile and flies up in the air while using it. Cool. Space battle, kaiju. That's cool. Really cool. Cool stuff. Some of the best art I've seen of this series. Does this wild... I'm curious about his art process. Like if he uses 3D models to kind of give him like the rough idea, because this is like a fisheye lens kind of, so that's not really easy to imagine without having some sort of reference. And then how realistic this stuff looks like. I think Laura Martin's the colorist on this, and she's great. This is very this can be very, very complicated black and white art, and she's making it beautiful with her color choices. Like this stuff, that's awesome. This could get really busy really fast. That's cool. Oh, okay. This is the switch to... Oh, maybe it is the last issue. Could have sworn there was going to be another issue, but maybe this is the last issue because it says the end here. This is the switch to Tomas Giorello. He's great too. Totally different style than Luis LaRosa. Not 100% sure what this story is about, but it must be tied somehow. The colors are interesting. Oh, Hollingsworth is the color artist. Nice. He's a good color artist. I think this is the last issue. Yeah, I think this is the last issue. So yeah, cool. Pleasant surprise for coming from a book that I didn't think I was going to pick up at all to something I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. It's cool. Great creature designs. And the color work is taking something that could be really hard to read. Not to take away from Luis LaRosa's artwork, but I think in the hands of a lesser colorist, this could be a mess. And Laura Martin's done a great job of just making it really clear and exciting, not taking anything away from his artwork. That's awesome. It's great. Yeah, cool. I like it. Cool art. Megalith, the Olympus Saga #3. You guys are a part of the Super Show. And Tally the Fourth. Oh, sorry. I just realized I was making a lot of sound effects there. That's an icky looking thing, Rose on Third says. I like the art and colors. Yes, I do too. Okay, let's keep going. I'm running out of time. I already see I'm running out of time. Holy cow. Redcoat #19. You guys know I love Redcoat. I think a lot of you guys love Redcoat. This one was a little late, I think, coming out. But last issue, Redcoat, Simon Pure's family left him because they found out the truth of who he really is. He started this whole life, had a family, got married, had a family, and tried to settle down. And now his past is catching up to him. His wife found out and she left him. Wait. I guess they're back. That was fast. I mean, it was really dramatic how they ended the last issue. When she left, she was like, I can't handle this, and you'll find us. I won't tell you where we're going. You'll find us. And then they just came back. So, okay, they're back. But as with all superhero characters or characters, in mythology or comics, oftentimes things get complicated when they have a secret or another identity, and then their loved ones find out about it. They can become threatened or in danger, and that's the big fear that Redcoat has right now. Whoa. Oh, dang. Oh, dang, you guys. Oh, dang. Whew. Wow. I haven't read the dialogue in this, but dang. That's cold. Sorry if this spoiled for people who are reading Redcoat, but that is cold where they just took that plot. So yeah, Benedict Arnold is similar to Redcoat, is immortal and is kind of making his way through time. They cross paths, but he is definitely more on the evil side than Redcoat. And wow. That is a rough storyline. I love Jeff Johns, man. That guy's so good. He's a great writer. Talk about writers. Great writer. Get him on get him in Marvel. He wouldn't want to go back to Marvel, but woo. Oh, look at this cover. I didn't even see the backside. That's a killer cover. And after reading that, or just looking at that story, woo, that has a lot more. That has a lot more impact. Wow. Took my breath away a little bit. Yes. Oof. Redcoat is something I should read. You should. It's great, Jeffrey Beats. Great book. Guess you did make a lot of sound effects. We're up to 14 now. She's back to make him take out the trash. That and his cool. 15. Nice. I have to mute the stream for the good book to avoid spoilers. Sorry, Mo Biggs. Rocky doesn't just spoil comics for everyone else. He also spoils it for himself. Yeah, sorry. If I had known it would be such a big spoiler, I might have warned you, but holy smokes. I guess that's the benefit of opening these up live with you guys. So apologies. I've done this a couple of times where I've spoiled stuff for people, but I myself did not flip through this book until now, and that left me with an aftertaste. Holy cow. Yep. Okay, moving right along. That was Redcoat number 19. So pretty exciting. They're coming up on 20 issues on Redcoat. I mean, they're hitting the 20s now, with a lot of the Ghost Machine stuff, and it's awesome. It's great, consistent. That's a writer who, as much as I like, or more often than not, I will follow books or pick up books because the artist. Jeff Johns is a writer who I'm like, okay, whatever he's writing, I'm gonna take a look at it because he's great. He's really good, and he's been doing so well with the whole Ghost Machine stuff. So Amazing. Yeah, I didn't look at that at all until just now. Okay, here we go. Here is one of the new books. There's been some hype around this book because it's produced by, or it's created by Sean Gordon Murphy, I think is his full name. We've looked at Sean Murphy's stuff before in the past. He's really well known for, he's really well known for his take on Batman called A White Knight, I believe. And he did a whole bunch of other books like Punk Rock Jesus and a bunch of other independent stuff he's done. He did a Zorro series that I picked up like the artist edition of. He's great. Really, really, really great artist. And so this is a new creator-owned book that he has just done called The Last Driver. So I believe the premise of this book, I think it's like it happens in the far future and nobody knows how to drive. Like literally nobody knows how to drive. And so he is the last driver. One thing that's interesting is even though he printed the cover like this, the whole book is bound horizontally or vertically, whatever, opposite of a regular book. And so it reads like this. And I've seen some videos of people not liking this format, but I think it's kind of cool. It's not like he changed the size of the book. It's just the orientation. So yeah, he's just kind of setting up the premise here. So, oh, okay, cool. He said the first Civil War, but there's a second Civil War. I can't guess where this one starts. It's like an online Civil War. Now the implementation of the automated transportation system known as the grid is about to, that's too close to Tron, is about to give the Barons complete control of the cities and shut out the people in the desert forever. And only one man can stop them, the last driver. Seems like a mix of like Tron, Mad Max, Baby Driver, or Drive, if you've seen that movie. That's cool. There's one thing that Sean Gordon Murphy, he can draw anything. He's just great. He's a great artist, but he does some cool cars, cool vehicles. I mean, he's one of those artists similar to, like, they need to give somebody like him, I'd put him in the category of like Daniel Warren Johnson, Nick Dragotta, Raphael Grumpa is another one. They need to give those guys the keys to the castle at Marvel of some of those books, some of their main books, and then see where they go. I think you could really stir up a lot of excitement in there. But I feel like right now Marvel, going back to our original conversation, Marvel is leading a lot with writers as opposed to artists. And a lot of the writing's not great. It's like some grizzled veteran, some plucky girl driving with him. And I think he is the only one who knows how to drive in this world. So yeah, I'm not bothered by the format at all. I think it's kind of cool. Blade Runner, there's a bit of Blade Runner in there. Yeah, if there's one thing that Sean Gordon Murphy can draw, it's perspective. Awesome environments. Look at his cars. They're great. It's like his love letter to like classic racing cars. Definitely feels like this like widescreen cinematic feel by going this horizontal format. Who's the colorist? Simon Goff. Sean Murphy's the writer artist. That's it. Cool. Yeah, it's cool. Let's see how the writing is. His White Knight writing, it was okay. I wasn't super... I think he wrote that too. I wasn't super psyched about the writing that he did in that, but it was cool. We'll see how it is, but I do love the art. Love the art. Premise is cool. Let's go. The Last Driver. So yeah, no Back to the Future in there. Cranberry Landers. Definitely racing. I forgot what the third thing is you said at the beginning. Great cover. Yeah. Rocky doesn't just spoil comics for everyone else. He also spoil. Oh yeah, right. Comics cover. Yeah. The Lost Screwdriver. Is it Knight Rider or Knight Rider? It's Knight Rider because his name was Michael Knight, like Knight, or Knight in Shining Armor. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 says Sean Murphy is overrated. Really? Why do you think he's overrated? As an artist or a writer? You don't like his art? Definitely is, but he still has some good stuff. Great art. I've seen his French artist edition of Batman White Knight. Nice. Cranberry thinks he likes the art. Mad Max is Australian. Good bloke. Nice. Baby Driver was pretty good, but the title was very misleading. It was. And not to be confused with the movie Drive, the Ryan Gosling movie. That movie was also really good. A lot darker than Baby Driver. But both of them are good. Ripping off Sid Mead. I can see Sid Mead influence in there for sure. Bancroft has never seen it, no joke. Has never seen Mad Max? Yeah, I like Fury Road too. That was awesome. The second one, what was it? Furiosa? It was okay. Fury Road was really good though. Fury Road was with Charlize Theron and forgot his name. The dude who played Bane in Batman. Great actor. He's also in Inception. That girl is his granddaughter. Oh, he has to save her. Okay, Fury Road was definitely a movie that happened. Wonder if Bancroft is still in Franco-land. Yeah, I think he still is. I think he's still traveling. Mo, the artist edition is ultra rare. That's why Banger and I've never seen it. Good layouts and cars. Yeah, I think he's good. He's good. Better do a bande dessinée stream. I'm pretty sure Bancroft will do a bande dessinée stream. Great car sound effects. Thanks a lot. We'll do a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. In the future, no one has a license because it's all robot drivers, right? I think so. I think that's the concept. Does anyone else have trouble relating to dystopian stories? No. I love these kind of like bleak in the future stories. Post-apocalyptic. I love them. I'm still here. I've been helping with Michelle if I missed something. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, Last Driver. I am running out of time. Okay, I'm going to flip through this one really fast. But I found this at Invisible Jet Comics. Normally the cover price for this is $50+. I got it for half, which is awesome because this entire epic collection is the Surtur War. This is Walt Simonson at his peak Thor period. And he was the writer and the artist. Like Walt Simonson is another one, like second, like one of one. And he just came out like swinging, and he still draws incredibly good. And the guy must be in his like late 70s now, and he still draws like this. Like, he's unbelievable. Like contemporaries with Frank Miller and all those guys, super legend. And this run on Thor is amazing. Like, he was just the right man for the job, right artist for the job, right writer for the job, and just created such a cool Thor. What I love about this epic collection too, and I've seen some that have been different, is the coloring, I believe, is just like it was originally printed. I've seen some versions where it's like they try and gussy it up a little bit or make it a little bit nicer, but I love the like flat coloring style. This is the introduction of Beta Ray Bill for the first time too. Great character, created by Walt Simonson. And I believe I have the like Beta Ray Bill series in another compilation. I think it's over there. But I just love that this whole thing is Walt Simonson. Like, you can't get any better than that. Oh, he's got some of the greatest covers. Look at this splash page. Father. So much like drama. Love Simonson. He's a great storyteller, great designer, great writer, all wrapped in one, and he's still killing it. Yeah, look at these covers. He just made things incredibly dynamic. The angles he picked and the way that he used action lines, this kind of stuff, so good. We don't have comic artists like this anymore. It's sad to say. Or it's not appreciated. Look at these covers. These covers in this run, this Simonson run, are unbelievable. I can't remember if he had like, oh, look at this spread. Look how bold that is. Dang. I think, let me see if I can find it. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that they did in like the Thor Ragnarok movie, in the Blood and Thunder, they were riffing off of things that Simonson established. So cool that he could take like mythology and make it just Marvel cool, like Marvel superhero cool. It's great. He's one of the best Thor artists out there. I don't know if it's included in this one. I want to say there's an issue in here where Thor fights the Midgard serpent. And if you know anything about Norse mythology, the Midgard serpent, I believe, like wrapped around the entire world and like it bit its own tail, like to tie the circle together. I think that was the Midgard serpent. But the issue that he did fight, I don't know if it's included in this. The issue that he did, I should know the number offhand, but I don't. The issue that he did fight the Midgard serpent was all, maybe that was in Ragnarok. That was in Ragnarok. Was all one pagers. I'm sorry, splash pagers. There's Surtur. His Surtur's awesome. Look at that. Yeah, everything with Thor and when Simonson drew it was just super melodramatic. It's awesome. Let me see. Like the Gila from the movie was totally based off his designs. Loki, everything that like between Kirby and Simonson, they just like built this world. Yeah, I don't think the Midgard Serpent issue. This is not his art right here. I don't think the Midgard Serpent issue is in this run, unfortunately, because it's an awesome issue. Oh, there's some Charles Vest there. It's a shout out for Mark's Music Obsession. Charles Vest, the artist who drew the cover for Web of Spider-Man #1, the one that I did the master study on. This is him. Great. Oh, cool. Oh, look at that. It's great. The actual artwork, scanned artwork from the cover. Such a classic Simonson cover. There's some of his rough pencil sketches. And then his wife is also a great writer. She had a great run on Marvel stuff in the 90s, 2000s. Yeah, I have this compilation, Ballad of Beta Ray Bill. Let me just look up that issue. What issue is that? 380. Oh, and this one goes up to 356. Okay, not even there yet. 30 issues away. Crazy how much Thor he drew. 380. Maybe one day I'll find that. It's such a good issue, and each page is a splash page. It's like all splash pages, but it's amazing. You missed a Redcoat spoiler in Jeffrey learning that his countryman Bancroft has never seen Mad Max. that's pretty big. I really like the colors here too. Beta Ray Bill was one of my favorite characters. He's a great character. Tom Hardy, thank you. Rose on third. Thank you very much. He fine. Tom Hardy is. I wouldn't know. It doesn't do it for me. Did you watch Boy Meets World? Beta Ray is better than Thor in certain ways. He's great. So one of the things that Act 4 Publishing, the same company that did the artist edition I was just talking about, the Danger Girl artist edition, they're doing an artist edition of Daniel Warren Johnson's Beta Ray Bill story that he did. Stay tuned for that one. That's definitely coming to my house whenever it comes out. Oh yeah, that's a great fun fact there. Mr. Feeney. Michael. Does this comics have enough color for your liking, Mo? Some great pages and art in these Thor issues, yes. The Adventures of Chicken Man, never heard of it. If Fire Pants causes Ragnarok, why did they use that dang woman as the cause? I couldn't explain it. It seems like, at least the way that they played it up in the movie, and I'll have to go back and read this comics, but it seems like actually Surtur in the movie was more of just like an elemental force, like just a pure destructive force. He has more of a personality and kind of a thought process in the comics, but they just made him this like destructive force in the movies, and then Hela, however you pronounce her name, was more of the like brains behind the whole destruction of Midgard, Asgard. So yeah. Great covers. Why am I hearing Fire Pants to the Spider-Man theme song? I don't know. Rose on third. I do, but I can't say the same for Rocky. Black and white books help him relate to a dystopian future. No, awesome one. I actually, I debated doing a master study today in light of my Wednesday comics. Maybe I should have done that, but I didn't. I would love... We'll see. I can't do one... I can't do one tonight. I can't do one Thursday. Maybe Friday. Maybe. Stay tuned. I got to do that. Get back on that master study, though. Bangers comes from a part of Australia called Victoria. They are way less bogan. We are so bogan. We studied Mad Max in high school English. That's awesome. Hugh Jackman is also quite fine. Victoria banned using fake spider webs on Halloween because it scared people. What? Lame. Hella. She must be from NorCal. There's still 7 hours left in the day. Okay, let's get to voting. I'm really running out of time, but we're going to get to the vote. So, where are we? Beep-a-doo-doo. Let me get the link, and I'll post it in the chat or pin it to the chat. Okay. So how we do it on this stream. You guys can start voting already. I pinned the link in the chat, but I'll do a quick review. Absolute green arrow as you vote, in case you don't remember, because it was like 1,000 years ago. Absolute green arrow, issue 4 in this semi-ongoing / limited series. Solomon Grundy. It's kind of definitely like a whodunit as far as Ollie Green and... Is it Ollie Green? Ollie North? Ollie North? Oliver North? No, Oliver North was the politician. Ollie Green? I don't know. I forgot. The Green Arrow. He was murdered in this absolute world. But is he back? Is he not? Who knows? He's come back as like this serial killer and who's killing all these villains. So it's kind of an okay thing. He's a vigilante, but it's not cool of how he's killing it. It's kind of brutal. So yeah, they're trying to figure that out. His former flame, Black Canary, is trying to figure that all out. Issue 4. M1 Monster Racing League, issue 3. Jay Lee is the artist on this with his partner Jun Chung. And it's like K-pop Demon Hunters meets Kaiju Racing. Really fun Jay Lee art in there. Cool concept. It's lighthearted. Kind of has a couple twists in there, but it's a fun read. Megalith, the Olympic Saga #3. I believe this is the last issue of this small run. It was Kaiju meets Alien... I don't know. Alien Giants, and some incredible art from Luis LaRosa, and a backup story by Tomas Giorello from Bad Idea Comics. Redcoat #19. Holy cow, that was a stunner of a reveal at the end of it. If this cover doesn't give you any indication of the agony that happens in the book, then just wait and read it. This is going to go down as one of those issues of like, holy cow. Great series from the Ghost Machine Gang. Jeff Johns is writing, Brian Hitch. And then Last Driver #1 by Sean Gordon Murphy, who is the writer and artist on Batman White Knight in the past, amongst other books that he's done. but that's one of his most famous ones. This is a new creator-owned book that he did where the future, nobody knows how to drive. And there's one dude that does and probably has to drive a loved one somewhere. Post-apocalyptic future. In a cool horizontal format, too. And finally, this is the finally. Oh, did I not include it? Oh, I did. Weird, it just moved up in the ranks. The Epic Collection, Thor, Mighty Thor, highlighting a good chunk of Walt Simonson's run on this book. And he is definitely one of the best to do Thor ever. So really cool collection, great format, great coloring, great artwork, great storytelling. Walt Simonson just did it all. Introduction of Beta Ray Bill was a big part of this Surtur war. There we go. Look at that. Redcoat. It's running away with it. You guys are like, that book, that reveal was so good. It's not worth a tie. 5 votes, Redcoat. Wow. Running away with the win. I don't blame it. I would have for sure voted for that one. I know a guy from Northern California who always said that was annoying. Yeah. You know what's even more annoying is... Wait. I need to fix this. What's even more annoying is when people use the word hecka. I thought that was annoying. When I first moved to NorCal and people said like hella and hecka, I was like, huh? I was just going to commit to falling asleep to inking. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Is Megalith the kaiju or the superhero? That's a good question. I think it's the superhero. Or I don't even know if I don't even qualifies as a superhero, to be honest. The story is like they kind of entered in, this Megalith like appeared and they walked in. So yeah, Megalith is this gold and blue thing. It kind of appeared in the city and they went inside of it. So I'm assuming it's a play on like monolith, mega monolith. And then they couldn't figure out what was going on. It's like this alien technology. And then it started moving and came to life. So I believe it's the hero. Mark's Music Obsession did vote. Really? Now people know who Absolute Green Arrow is, aka Lex. No one wants to vote for it. Mark, I'll be generous and vote honestly this time just for you. No Ty shenanigans involved. Wow. I mean, it looks like there's no way that it ain't winning. I'm liking the results. Redcoat is running away with it, but we still have a tie for second place. Nice. I was going to vote Redcoat, but voted Beta Ray for members. Nice. How is studying Mad Max bogan? Mad Max is not bogan. Mad Max is cool. 1984 is pretty dystopian. I'm pretty sure we study it here. We do. Watching it wouldn't necessarily be bogan, but studying it as a subject in school. I want to take that class that you study Mad Max. That's awesome. Escape from LA, I definitely see some of that in Last Driver, for sure. I think maybe I never saw Escape from LA. I think I saw Escape from New York was what I saw. Bancroft is secluded to his bogan shed. The only time I ever heard hecka was when I dated a chick from NorCal. That's a hecka cute snowman. Wait, you saw a snowman in NorCal? Like how far north? Do you mean Haka? The New Zealand bat? Haka. Isn't that hop? No, not hoppa. What are those? It's not hoppa. It's... Oh, man. Heka? Rocket may have just gave me a new word to annoy him with. Yes. It's for people who don't want to say hell, so they say hecka instead of hella. Hecka. It's not cool. I've never used, just stating for the books, I've never used hella. That's not the, does not belong in my vernacular. We studied Mad Max because it covered driver ed plus English. Drivers. I said hell no for the first time ever at work today. Wow, okay, nice. That in reference to today's tips. Rose, hell no is how me and Mo feel when Rocky insists we join Discord. Fair. Yeah. She was living down here. She moved from NorCal and it was a fake snowman decoration. Oh, okay. Haka. Yes, Haka. Not like hell is any better. Yes, Haka. Those are the people that like, ooh, and they make the weird faces, and they do it at like weddings and like funerals, and yeah, Haka. Hapa is like a mix, right? A racial mix. Hapa. Yes, Haka. All right, guys. I think Redcoat did it amazingly. That was a clean vote. Woo! Just totally happened. Granted, there are technically 15 people watching and 8 votes. So some people didn't vote. But I'm going to say Redcoat, for the sake of time, I'm going to say Redcoat won. I did have a thought. If we had gone to a tie, I did have a thought of how that would work. Because I've heard the mumblings from people of things not being fair and votes and members and shouldn't we get... I've heard the rumblings. So what I'll try out next time, thank goodness we didn't have to do it this time. But next time, what I think I'm going to do is for everybody who is a member of my channel, which means you're kind of, you're up in the game, giving me a little support, some love. I appreciate that. I should give you some of that back. So I was thinking that like if we get to a tie and we have to go to the tie killer, which is that randomized wheel, I will give more spots to the people who are members. So for example, if the tie is between Absolute Batman and Redcoat, for those of you who are members who say, oh, I would vote for Redcoat, I'll put another sliver of the pie for Redcoat. So basically, like, there's 2 opportunities for Redcoat to land and beat the tie. If that makes any sense? Does that make sense? So it's like if there was 3 members in the chat and they said, hey, we like Redcoat, it just gives a little bit more weight to what their vote is. I think that's fair, right? Then you guys can be members if you want to add a little bit more weight to your vote. You could be members too. So anyway, we'll try that out. We'll see if that happens. We'll see if that happens. We ended with Rocky's sound effects tally count of 21. That's a lot. Hacha, Hecka no? Should I say Hecka no? No, that doesn't work. Hecka and Hella are like, they mean like really or very. So it doesn't work as like, it's not swappable with hell or heck. It's weird. I don't know. It's a weird NorCal thing. I always think of New Zealand as being from Northern Europe. Not the same NorCal girl who once asked in Target parking lot, is that a real person? She sounds like a keeper, Mo Biggs. The grumblings, the whisper. That's right. Right. Yeah. She meant to say regular, but I never let her forget her. That's not fair. Cranberry says that makes sense. Maybe because he's a member. Divide the fandom. We'll see. We could try it. Hella is short for hell of a. Yeah. Should I be feeling bad for NorCal Galmo? All right, everybody. I'm out of time. Thank you so much for joining me. Although this ran a little late, I'm out of time. Really appreciate you guys being here and supporting me in the way you do with your company. Hope you guys enjoyed those comics that came in. Goodness gracious. Go get Redcoat number 19. That's a gut punch of an issue. Hopefully I didn't spoil it too much. But yeah, great stuff that came out this week. Thank you guys for all supporting me. Thank you for watching that video. For new viewers, new subscribers, thank you for coming into this channel and supporting me in that way and watching that Artist Edition unboxing. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. It's in the playlists of, I call them Closer Look, which are kind of, I like to dive deeper into comics. I'm trying to do a little bit more of those since, I don't know, that got people's attention, and I enjoy, as you know, yapping about comics. So maybe I'll do a couple more of those. We'll see. And then another show that I do is called a Master Study, where I'm reproducing the comic artwork of artists who have inspired me, legends in the business. The latest one I'm working on is a Jack Kirby Doctor Doom double page spread. I'm not even close to halfway done on that one, and we've already done a number of streams as well, which you can watch in the playlist, Master Study playlist. Go check it out. It's just me drawing, trying to recreate what Kirby did for that page and examining his awesomeness. So hopefully I could get it another one. I would love, love, love to get a Master Study in sometime this week. So we'll try and squeeze it in. We'll see what I can do. Thanks again for being here. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, whatever is left. And if I don't see you by the end of this week, have a great rest of your week. I will catch you guys soon. Stay for the credits. Mark's Music Obsession channel member was first in chat. I'll see you guys later. Take care.